All right, what's up, everybody? You're back on Out of Space TV with your hosts, Marcus and Kevin. We didn't introduce ourselves in the last one, but
that's okay.
We're going to assume everyone who's watching this knows who we are.
We're important.
We're important enough. So this is, well, we don't really have a name for it yet. I want to do
Star Wars.
Well, right now it's Star Wars. At some point, it's going to be renamed maybe to explain, anything can be explained with Star Wars, or something cool with Star Wars, Jedi Council session room thing, Empire
Star Wars.
Strikes, Star Wars. So we're going to talk about Star Wars. Obviously, the most important thing that's happening in the Star Wars universe right now is the fact that Episode 7 has restarted filming after Harrison Ford has gotten back on his feet. So that whole cast is there. We talked earlier on our previous episode about our news segment about how what's-his-face from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the actor who plays Syrio Forel.
Syrio Forel is joining Star Wars as an unknown role right now, but you can assume
Better be a Jedi.
He's going to assume he's going to have a lightsaber in his hand. He might be an Inquisitor if they're bringing the Inquisitors.
I don't want him to be evil.
But the thing is, okay, so this is the thing. The way that we left the Star Wars universe at the end of Episode 6.
Yes.
There's still not enough good out there, like good people out there, like Jedi skilled people, to be able to have this build up. And so if you're thinking that in between 6 and 7, Luke's been out there training people, maybe.
But according to the rumors, that's not what's happened.
Yes, okay. So originally, I think one of the rumors was that he was just hiding out on a planet or something. Luke has disappeared, and he's like, part of the new story is that there are this group of young people, because new Star Wars trilogy, you gotta introduce new young characters to get people excited. Most of them, we don't even know who these actors, but so this new group will show up and end up meeting up with Han and Chewie and try and hunt down Luke, try and find him, to possibly return his severed hand and lightsaber to him.
We'll see if these rumors are true, so grain of salt, all that.
2016, Christmas. 2016 is going to be a big year for movies. But yes, that's when we'll be able to see whether or not this happens. No, why did I say 2016? 2015, my bad.
Soon.
Yeah, it's next year.
It's coming up.
Yeah, we'll be able to find out if that rumor is true. So I heard another rumor recently that maybe this ties into that one, is that Luke hasn't really been... It wasn't like he's missing, like he's hiding out. It's that he's actually he's kidnapped. He's been held hostage since Return of the Jedi, somewhere around that time. That's what a new rumor that I was reading said. So he's like kind of in prison or something. I don't know. I didn't read well enough to see who had captured him. Maybe some remnants of the Empire, or
for 30 years?
For some dark Sith out there. I don't know. I don't know why I said dark Sith. They're all dark. I don't think they have light Sith. They have dark Jedi, but they don't have light Sith.
And gray Jedi and all that.
And colored Jedi. Samuel L. Jackson.
The diverse Jedi.
Because, I mean, let's be real. Star Wars universe, they might be diverse in terms of different races, but like alien races, they're not really diverse in the human race.
There is like one black guy in each trilogy.
There's 2 actually in the prequels, because you had Panaka, who was black, and then she actually traded out her head of security for another black guy at one point. So, we're good. There's some color in there. They still need to get more women, maybe a few more women. But they're doing that's one of the main characters from the new trilogy is supposed to be as a relatively unknown actress. She's kind of young, so she's kind of spearheading this new young group.
A lot of the actors in the original trilogy were fairly unknown. I mean,
That's
Harrison
true.
Ford had already had his part in
American Graffiti,
and then Alec Guinness had already been famous.
Yeah.
But aside from those two, many of the others, like Mark Hamill, hadn't really had very much screen presence.
That's very true. And I mean, also, you got to think that, Harrison Ford wasn't even supposed to be in the movie. He was not supposed to be here. He was not supposed to be Han Solo. He was there helping George Lucas out. Hey, can you just read these lines to these people so that they can have someone to read back to? Yeah, okay, sure. You know what? I like you better than everyone else who's walked in here. Burt Reynolds, screw you. You're out of here. We're taking.
Was that confirmed? If Burt Reynolds was?
I'm pretty sure Burt Reynolds was actually possibly could have been Han Solo. Thank God. I did not want to be on the Millennium Falcon.
The Reynolds mustache.
Mustache. No. Maybe Ron Swanson as Han Solo would have been funny, but no.
But anyway, we'll probably get more hints with the animated series that they're starting, Star Wars Rebels.
Right.
Because that'll have the Inquisitors, and most people believe those to be the enemies now.
Right.
For the new trilogy.
So the deal is, Rebels takes place between episodes 3 and 4, and that kind of talks about the spark of the rebellion being ignited with this very small group, kind of like, the group that flew around the Millennium Falcon in the original trilogy. And you have this one cowboy Jedi, as he's described, who's played by Freddie Prinze Jr., because that guy loves voice acting. He loves voice acting so much. I always see him with his Mass Effect shirts on.
Yeah, he was in Mass Effect 2, right?
Yes. I think he was also in 3 as well, but I don't know. I always see him with his Mass Effect shirt on. But yeah, he's in that.
No, it was 3.
Was it 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone will correct us in the comments. Someone will yell.
Star Wars, Mass Effect, they're all connected. Anyway, so yeah, he's in it, and then you have this kid who apparently has some very decent force powers, I assume. I mean, this is how it goes in the Star Wars universe. We really focus around the people who have good force powers. It'd be kind of boring for a lot of people. They think to not follow Jedi.
It's going to be a young person, so the kids can relate.
Right, and it's supposed to be on Disney XD. So I mean, this is clearly it's. See, I kind of hate that it's an animated series, but I also like it because it allows them to do a little bit more. But I mean, it's aimed at kids, but it's going to have dark tones in it, kind of like Clone Wars ended up going in that direction, where there were a lot of darker stuff.
War crimes.
There were war crimes. There were people murdering. Like, Anakin killed someone, and he had like a smile on his face afterwards, and Obi-Wan was like, "Hey man, hey,
tone it down.
Could you just turn that smile upside down? Maybe frown a bit, but not scary frowning. But it got dark. So I'm actually really looking forward.
I don't think Rebels is going to go that way.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know how long any of these characters are going to last because they don't.
Right.
Well, we're also kind of rebooting the canon here, so who knows? But
also, though, since they are new characters, they could kill off whoever they want.
Yeah,
but it's Disney; they're not going to do that.
I don't know, man. They could. Someone might not make it.
Train the kids young not to get attached to their characters.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, we know that if the kids have watched the original Star Wars trilogy, we know that there are little to no Jedi in existence anymore. Mm-hmm. There's Yoda, who's, being a hobo on Dagobah the whole time. There's Obi-Wan at the beginning, and he's also a hobo on Tatooine. All Jedi are hobos, the remaining ones. And according to the old canon, which has been since slightly tossed aside, it's kind of like that book in the bathroom that's on the toilet. The Star Wars canon, the old Star Wars extended universe, that's what it is now to the people that work at Lucasfilm. It's that book that you read when you're on the can, and that you flip through it and you read a few pages like, this is interesting, but we don't really need this to be on the library with the rest of the things.
They call it Star Wars Legends now.
Yes.
I believe that, so it's its own timeline.
Yes. But, so they actually just came out with a book that details
Obi-Wan's time.
Right. There's also a little bit of a prequel to Rebels where it talks about the two of the main characters, Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character, and I think his name's Kanan, and then the pilot of the ship that they're going to be on, which is Ghost, I think is the name of the ship. Some cliche ship name, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, at first, years ago when they announced that Star Wars was getting a new movie and everything, I was excited, but at the same time very scared, because after seeing the prequels, I was like, okay, we gotta take this one step at a time. And then when they announced J.J. Abrams was involved, I was like, well, I like what you did with Star Trek. Kevin might not like what he did with Star Trek. I like what he did with Star Trek.
We can talk about that in another
Star segment. Trek would be a whole other
segment.
3-hour thing. We're going to do a commentary on it at some point. And you're going to love it. You're going to love the commentary. Kevin and me watching Star Trek. Angry. Where I'm going to be so happy and Kevin's going to be fuming. Don't worry, we won't videotape it, Kevin, because we don't want to see your fridge be like, Klingons! And just yelling random,
That's actually one of my complaints.
Stuff in Vulcan. But still, oh my god. I'm actually really looking forward to that. We're going to do that.
Stay tuned.
That'll probably be, if things work out appropriately, I'm going to say that'll be in October. Middle of October, after I have my thesis stuff done. So
once all that's out of the way.
Once stuff's cooled down. But yeah, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, okay, J.J. Abrams, he's a good director.
I think he'll be better with Star Wars than Star Trek. I think that's what he wants to do in the first place.
Well, yeah, he said that he's always been a Star Wars fan.
Right. So, I think he'll be a better fit there.
Right. But so it's also kind of weird to me that he's directing 7, but he's not directing 8 and 9. They already have one person lined up for 8 and 9. That's Ryan Johnson, the guy who did
Looper.
He did Looper, yes.
Right?
He's doing 8 and 9.
He's good.
Yes, he's good. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do as well. But so it's weird to me that JJ signed on for one film, but I think he's acting as the shepherd. Yeah, consultant, sort of like Joss Whedon for Joss Whedon's for Marvel. JJ Abrams might be like the same type of capacity for the Star Wars movies. Now, there's going to be a lot of Star Wars movies because they're doing one a year from here on out. Whereas every 2 years is main canon, and every other year is a
character-based movie.
Yeah, like Boba Fett, or we don't even know what the first one is going to be yet, and it's going to start. They need to work on it now because they have to start filming it, and it might not be live action. It might be animated. It really depends on whatever Disney is feeling at the time.
Yeah, it depends on the funds that they have and how fast they can do it.
Now, my ultimate hope is okay. These movies are great. We've already seen some good stuff come out from like set photos and everything where J.J. Abrams is going the right direction. He's going back to practical effects. He's building sets. He's building machines. He built X-Wings and everything. All this stuff's physical. Like, you could touch it. That's good. George Lucas did it that way in the beginning before he fell on his head.
It's good for actors, too.
Yeah, they can touch things. They don't have to be like, oh, magical green screen monster. Ah! No, they can actually... Not that I'm saying that like Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford could not fake it. They're pretty good actors, but it's just helpful for people, and it looks better from my opinion. So that's one good thing. Assuming that everything goes well with 7 and 8 and 9 go well as well, there is, I know this is crazy, a small hope, a very tiny hope that there will be a Marvel Star Wars movie in like 20 years from now. And I'm not even joking. I have belief that this might actually happen. I'm not saying it's a good thing that it could happen. I'm just saying that it might happen. Now that Marvel is owned by Disney, it's very possible that this could happen.
Well, that's actually a segue to one thing that I wanted to mention. One thing, they have Guardians of the Galaxy for all their space stuff in Marvel. But anyway.
Guardians of this galaxy. And Star Wars is a galaxy far, far away. Dude, it's writing itself.
Okay, anyway. So Disney owns both Star Wars intellectual property, and they own Marvel.
Yes.
Or at least the Marvel movie universe. I don't know the specifics on exactly which things they own. Anyway, Disney has been very good about respecting Marvel and all of its nerd rights to keep things as good as they are, because you know that they could like meddle and say we want this, we want this, we want this.
Yes.
But they've let the directors and the writers do their thing to make it as comic booky as they want it to.
Yeah.
Which has yielded really good results.
I would say they're winning.
And so that philosophy applied to Star Wars, saying go do whatever you want.
It could work really well.
Good.
I think because they have the whole studio, like Lucasfilm is pretty much working independently here. I think they have what they need. They have the right people there. George Lucas is just a consultant. He's just there just to talk things through with some people, make sure that some things work in kind of what he had imagined already. Because he had already worked on 7 before he sold off Lucasfilm to Disney. So
I'm sure he had notes scribbled somewhere.
Oh yeah, I think he even had like a title and everything. We still don't have a title for the movie yet.
No, we don't.
But his fingerprints are going to be on this, whether that's a good thing or not. I'm hoping it's a good thing. But there's
as long as it's not Dawn of Justice, we're fine.
Yes, Star Wars Episode 7, Dawn of Justice.
That could actually work.
It's weird because it does sound like a possible Star Wars title.
It would work.
Yes, but at the same time, no.
Don't do it. Please
don't do it. Be smart about this. Also, I mean, can we please make sure that Star Wars Battlefront is kick-ass? Because I cannot wait for that game. They showed us nothing. They didn't show us real video game footage they showed us a little bit.
They showed the graphics engine modeling certain parts.
And they showed us the dedication of the team at EA. Well, no, Visceral is actually making the game, I think. EA's publishing. They own the rights to publish it, but Visceral is making the game. And Visceral has a very good pedigree. They made Dead Space. They made... I think they're making... Or they have their hands in some of the newest Call of Duty game. Even though it's not under Visceral, it's some of the people that work there. The point is, there's hope that this game is going to look awesome. It's going to look awesome. It needs to be
We know it'll
awesome.
look good.
Yes. And the fact that the people that are working on it went back to the locations where they filmed and they took photos and they did all
Yeah,
this
they went
stuff.
into the vaults. They
Yeah.
actually looked at all the props.
This gives me the hope. That right there alone, coupled with J.J. Abrams and how he's approaching the new movie, this gives me hope that the new Star Wars, the continuation of the universe, is going to be just as awesome as it was when you remember it, like nostalgically, like the good stuff that you remember. And it even, I mean, I liked stuff from the prequels. Not gonna lie, the prequels are
Episode
enjoyable.
3 is good.
Yeah, they're enjoyable. They're just not as good as the originals. Like they're not as good. There's the lightsaber fights are awesome. I mean, there's war.
3 is definitely worth watching.
3 has crazy lightsaber fights, like all over the place, and the opening freaking dogfight, like space fight over Coruscant, is enjoyable to watch in itself. I had fun. I mean, once Anakin starts talking, of course, then you kind of want to be like, shut up. But I mean, the action's good, so it's the,
Poor Hayden.
yeah, it's some people get their careers skyrocketed from Star Wars. Others not so much. I don't think we've seen like 2 movies with Hayden Christensen since that was over. Yeah.
Ewan McGregor, though.
Well, he was already big
stayed in
beforehand.
stuff, yeah.
He's good. And Natalie Portman, she's exploded. Keira Knightley. That's right, Keira Knightley. You didn't know that, did you? Keira Knightley was in episode 1. She was the stand-in.
The body double.
She was the stand-in. Yeah,
there we
for
go.
the
I remember.
Queen.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't even know if she was credited. I think she was, though. But yeah, there you go. She got her start in there. And they were all just kids back then, just like we were kids. Crazy Star Wars.
Where's our movie careers?
Yeah. What's up? Hey, J.J. Abrams. I know I didn't win your stupid little Star Wars charity contest, but hey, we know stuff about space.
If you need a continuity consultant,
Dude!
I've read all the novels. I can.
If you need someone to also do that, or just help, I will get you coffee. Or
I'll copy things.
I'll copy things. I will be a monkey. I will do whatever you ask me to do, J.J. Abrams. I will help you make these movies. Please. Disney, hire me. Marvel, hire me. Lucasfilm, hire me. I'm looking for a job. You can't tell. I'm
Short
looking for a job.
version, hire him.
I'm looking for a job within, 8 months from now. So, hey, my application is this. You're watching it. And it's also on LinkedIn. And
we'll end with that.
the internet. Bye.